And welcome back to my channel. My name is Feud Gamer Mom, and today we will continue our journey in this great town called Springville. If you have seen my previous videos, that's good, then you know. If you have not, then maybe you should look at them before you look at this. I'm a slow player. Development doesn't go fast in my city. Today we will look into the new features we unlocked in the previous video I had on this channel, and we will look into farming, and we will try expanding maybe at a faster speed than before, because I know it might get a little bit tiring watching me do squares of green and trying to place the houses in the correct pattern so that my brain can be satisfied with the look of the city. But isn't that the most important thing about playing? Making me satisfied? Well, I hope it satisfies you too. And I hope that we can see some great development in our city today. And what we will start with is, of course, the exciting job of putting down these small squares of green blobs to make the houses look absolutely amazing. I know it's not the most exciting thing to look at, but eventually, maybe when we get bigger, there won't be as much developing of the smaller houses or housing areas, and we will go on to develop larger houses and skyscrapers. And yeah, my vision is big here. We will also look into the further developing of the, I won't call it the downtown area because it's not a downtown, but the commercial district, which is also probably going to turn into sort of a commercial residential apartment building. You have the row houses up one street, and when we eventually get to the combined commercial and residential apartments, they will also end up being there. Like when you live above the pizza place and you can just go in your slippers down and grab a pizza and go upstairs and watch telly or play City Skylines. Yeah, that's the thing we will do in this game or in this episode of the development of Springfield. We will also put down the farming areas, as I have luckily or successfully in the last episode edited where I placed the coal plant and are now now I can put down farms. I can have animals producing meat and eggs and bacon, and maybe we will reach the point where we can also have some grain, and maybe we can do some development of the trees, cutting down trees, making wood, and hopefully in a while we will have a paper factory. That will be nice. And as you can see, the roads and me, they're not straight. They will never be straight. Some will be straight, and that is just by coincidence that I managed to put a straight road down. But right now I'm focusing on expanding, as I said, the commercial slash residential area to make more houses, more stores, more people in the city. I see that we're closing in on having about 1,000 citizens in our city, and that's quite good. Yay! Should celebrate. But also, we have to put down the fire department and the police department, because as the city grows, people will light their houses on fire and they will be mean to each other, and we will need people to protect us. So that's something we have to do just to make them happy, make them feel safe, and avoid big fires or big crime leagues developing. Yeah, that would be kind of scary if that was possible. I have never played without police in my city. So, yeah. And now I'm just trying to figure out how to put down the farms, because in my head I have a clear vision of how I want the farming area to be. I want it to be straight with straight lines, with nice roads, small roads going in between the farms, and yeah, that's not something I'm good at doing. So in my mind, there's one thing, and in the game, there's the thing that is developing right now. It's chaos of farms being put down where there is farmable uh, areas. Oh, wait, you can actually put down the animal farms at any place, I think. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Then I have to move those afterwards when we receive the possibility to have grain farms. Yeah. But the one thing in my head and another thing is happening on the screen. So that's mostly how things work with me. That's kind of me. I have the ability to be structured, but mostly when it comes to my kids and my work. In my spare time, I'm not structured. When it's just me, and maybe just me and my husband, I'm not structured at all. I'm a complete mess sometimes, and it feels good. But as this isn't a voiceover, and I just realized that you could probably put down the animal farms anywhere, I still continue in this game without the knowledge of the possibility. So all this will have to be redone when I get back into the gaming. I also had a lot of difficulties placing down. I placed down 4 farms, and then I added a road to make a 5th farm because you need the eggs. And I had a lot of issues trying to figure out why the area of the industrial area would not snap on as it's supposed to do. And it turns out it's because the power lines, you can't put the farm around the power lines. In my head, when I grew up, the power lines went above the farms. Well, not above the farms, but you could have a power line over the farms. So that's kind of strange. So I think I will have to put the power lines down into the ground because I don't like the look of the power lines. Actually, there's a power line going right over our house, and I'm kind of not the happiest about that. But maybe it's good, maybe it's not, maybe it is what it is. Yeah. So adding all those farms, I will have to remove them and put up grain farms when that is a possibility. And although that was a fail, we can see that the demand in the city is rising quite fast, and we will need to have both low resident housing and medium resident housing. I love the medium resident housing, so that will be fun to put out. Taking a few moments to figure out where to put this, because, and I have said this lots of time, I do not plan, but I planned some. I tried to plan, but my plans never, or almost never, stay as a plan. So, but again, over to the section where we have the commercial and the residential buildings all bunked up together. I think that's the place where we should have the medium residence and the higher apartment buildings. Because in my head, that's nice. That's where it should be. So as we go along, that might be moved. I've said it before. It's not something that will stay like this forever. But maybe it will. We will have to see. And as I have put down a lot of farming, I'm wondering if the production of the eggs or the meat or the animals are enough to keep our citizens happy. But that won't be able to. I won't be able to see that before we level up our city. So I'm just trying to figure out how to expand, yeah, make the city bigger or have a more speedy growth of the city, because right now I'm feeling like we're stuck at 1,000 citizens and it's not developing fast enough, and I'm tending to go to the squares. As you can see, I'm struggling here to make the roads straight, and the roads are not being straight. And again, that's probably because I'm not flattening out or softening out the terrain of the Springville. I think I called it Springfield earlier. It's not Springfield, it's Springville. Yeah. But anyways, I'm doing some squares, and I'm trying not to do squares, but some places squares are good, and other places squares are not good. So there's the there's the balance of not being too square and not being too curvy. I think that's the good solution. But I also, for the sake of the development of the city and the joy of the play, I have to have more citizens living here, because if not, I won't be able to go down into the streets and watch all the people going to work or shopping or whatever they are doing. So I need this to speed up, but I don't need it to speed up like square, 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 square. If that makes sense. And as you can see, I'm not happy with doing squares, because I want to go back to the palmy, leafy, veiny, the curvy roads, and develop that area more, because that's not how you make a big city. That's how you make spacious houses, or not spacious houses, but that's how you make houses with space around them. But that's also how you make a beautiful city, I think. Never been to like New York, which has lots of squares, but yeah. Also trying to make the paths, the walk roads. We call them walk roads in Norway. It's not walk roads; it's paths where people can take a stroll, go for a walk with their dogs or their loved ones. Yeah, trying to develop this section of the city, which is not what I really should be focusing on, but the squares are kind of throwing me off. I do not want to go into them, but I, I kind of have to. But right now, I wanted to decorate some with some paths and places for the people to enjoy their lives, and also I want them to walk to work, because I'm the nice one who put the industry, the factories on the other side of the river, the big river. It's not a small river. It's a big, 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 big river. It's almost like a lake. So, and I see that the people are walking on the bridge that I made, but I want them to use their own bridge when they're walking. I want them to have a bridge for just walking, no cars, because cars can crash, and if they crash into people, the people might get hurt. So walkers should have their own bridge. And maybe nobody will use the bridge, but I hope somebody might find it in their hearts to take a stroll over the big river and over to the industrial area. I don't know why they would be going there. I put down some shops there just for the sake of it. Like if you're at work, at factory, you want to go to the store, you don't want to go all the way to the store area, the commercial area. You want to just stop by the next door, shop to the factory, and pick up your groceries and go home and make dinner for the kids and the family. And yeah, so that's why I put some commercial in between the industrial. And also, maybe that's where they're heading when they're walking on this bridge. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I'm really desperately trying not to go into the squares and trying to make roads here so I can put down more houses. But it's nice, but it's not expanding the city enough. But hey, I like it. I want it. I want more of this. I do not want more of the squares, but I know I have to do the squares soon enough. I just have to get used to the thought of the squares. So yeah, still working on how to place the bridge. As I said, I making the paths, making the places where the people can walk and have a nice evening stroll, even though there's no evening in this game. And maybe, just maybe, I can get some people on a bridge going over the scary, scary, scary river, because I would not want to go into that river. Then I think it would be quite wet. So we're trying to place down a bridge which will then connect to the other side of the river. And I don't think people will be using it because there are payments on the big bridge, and they are. Why would they use a small bridge when they can use a bigger bridge? Seems more safe to use the bigger bridge, even though I said that cars can crash into people. It's not so likely that that would happen. But we'll see when the bridge comes up how this evolves. I also feel that I have made another mistake or a fail with using the brown roads for the smaller areas, but I feel like the size of the road is correct to the type of district I want, but the I need to expand the roads at one point, and then the houses will be gone, and all the work I put down in placing all the little squares will be a waste, because you can't live on a gravel road in large parts of a city that is evolving around. You need something else. So yeah, but it's it's actually taken me quite the time to put down the bridge I'm talking about, and I'm obsessed with this bridge. It's a thing. But I'm really struggling to get the nerve to put up the bridge, because I feel like nobody would ever use this bridge. So it's just a waste of time. And I want it to look kind of nice, but it won't look nice. I know that it won't look nice. And I could use the pavement road, where the cars are not allowed. But I don't want to. I don't want to use that one. I want to use the path bridge over there. And I know it's not meant to go there, but I just want to see somebody walking across that bridge, being happy, probably taking a few hours to cross the bridge, or maybe not a few hours, but taking their time walking on the longest bridge there is, and the smallest bridge there is. Yeah, so that's my vision, and I think that's why I'm spending so much time trying to figure out how to place down a stupid bridge. But eventually, I managed to place down the bridge, and I found another bridge that I had made. It's kind of cute bridge. Seems like somewhere a troll would live under and come flying up when you walk across it. But the path bridge, the long bridge, I really, really, really want to somebody to walk across it. There's people walking on the pavement from the industrial area, but trying to push them into the pathway, they're not going there. I really want them to go across the river on the path. Please, please, somebody. No, no, no. Okay, no. Then it's just a bridge in the yeah. It's just a bridge in the air. That's 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 how it is. It is what it is. Okay, but we have to. I said it earlier in this episode that maybe we can get some speed, but no, we don't have speed. We have just about 1,000 citizens, so we need to go to the squares. I need to go to the squares and make houses. So that's what I'm trying to do now. Make straight roads and make squares and make smaller squares with the green, and then make houses to try to get the people to come and live in this city. So didn't this didn't go as planned, I think. We have not seen the population rise as I wanted it to do, but we have a bridge. Yay! And I'm sorry for the slow development of this. I guess it's in Norway we have this program every spring. There was this minute by minute. There was knitting, meaning by minute by minute, and there was looking at a boat sailing from one place in Norway to another place in Norway, minute by minute. So I guess this is watching me make squares minute by minute. But I promise you, eventually we will get there. We will have a larger population in this town, and we will make bigger squares. But there is something in me. I don't want to make the. I should just plop down the big greens and be happy. But I'm not doing that. No, no, I'm not doing it. Not now. But maybe I'll break and maybe I'll do it. But not now. But but as I said, next episode we will get some speed. Maybe I'll do some record, some playing off camera, and continue my squaring into the endless nights. Yeah, I don't know. We need to get some speed up, and I'm sorry for the obsession over the bridge. Or I'm not sorry at all. It's fair. The bridge should be there. But I think we'll end this episode here, and I'll probably do some tweaking off camera, and then I'll get back to you later. And I hope to see you in the next episode of this Springville. And I hope that you like what you saw. Maybe not. Maybe you did. Maybe you press like. Maybe you don't. Maybe you subscribe. Maybe you don't. Have a nice day. Bye.